Good evening, and welcome to another Sunday special show. We are live to the best of our ability. So, somebody forgot to mute their phone back there.
No, we're trying something new.
I know, shame on you. Alrighty.
Let's see if it pops up.
Oh yeah, correct. All right, so all of you listening on the podcasts, on Apple Podcasts and Audible and iHeartRadio and all the places we're at, just to let you know, the show is live every Sunday, 4 p.m. Central, barring an emergency. And Wolf Brother Hobbies. Hello, Mitos.
Mitos!
And
Charles.
You beat Charles just by like a split second it showed up. Hello, Charles. People are competing with you to be first on the show. But that's cool. So yeah, we are also giving it a shot, broadcasting somewhere else there too. Is it going through there, Ash, or no? Oh, okay.
Let me call you after our show. Bye.
Oh, phone call. Oh, so sometimes we get phone calls when we're doing our show.
As our son, it's him and his fiance's anniversary.
Well, his wife. It's not fiance anymore.
Fiance.
Oh, is that Dylan?
Dylan.
Oh, okay. Oh, all righty. So
I know, baby.
We have had another decent week of getting some things taken care of there. Mythos, I like your logo stands out very much. It's pretty bright.
It's pink.
It stands out pretty good, man. It looks good. So I did start working the other day. Mr. Titan, getting him coated up and getting some of his stuff done for one-page rules. So, we'll take it from there. I got his little friend, who is a runner, but he's got a flamethrower, so he should do some damage too.
Yeah, it's going through.
And another piece of the artillery getting painted up, because I have quite a bit of artillery for it. So, in a bunch of little people, they call them stormtroopers. These guys for some reason, they have like cloaks. So I started on them. There's 5 of them. So I got quite a bit started within the last few days here, miniature wise. So these will be completed shortly because not going to take too terribly long. The Titan took a lot more paint than I realized. I figured, I knew it was going to take paint, but just didn't realize how much. You need some therapy, Telemachus? Well, we're here to help you. First, we have to have you sign a waiver because we're not real therapists. We're simply going to help you stay addicted to your hobby. There's going to be no encouragement to quit, unfortunately. We'll help you, look for places to get lines of credit, though, to continue to feed the habit. That we can do. We can send you information. What's going on? I was just catching them up with a few of the things I've started. So just getting that going. You did a little painting during D&D this morning? All right. That's the way to, how do you say that? Multitask in gaming. Very good, Mythos. Very good. What are you doing over there, Ash? Did you check to see if it went to the other place?
Yes.
Oh, that is?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, you have to let me know if people show up there. Right?
Okay.
No? You don't know? Okay. So we're broadcasting also to TikTok today. We're trying to see if I think we got that set up correctly. It looks like
it.
Looks like it's going through correctly. So that's good. I like Restream. It allows me to do
yeah, but for some reason, it's still not letting us go to Facebook.
That's not Restream. That's Facebook. So if you're going to use Restream with Facebook groups, it's Facebook that constantly wants you to change stuff. So I don't think they like anybody using third-party software, which is fine. It's okay. We just manually send it over. But anyways, that's what we're doing today. We're going to see how that all works out. But I'm glad you got some painting done, Mythos. That's what I've got accomplished, and so far had a fairly fun day. Got some errands done, went out and had a little bit of fun, and got back here in time to do the show. Charles says he's working on another 2 dozen goblins. How big is your army going to be? Like
8 million.
Charles, I mean, it's cool that you're doing all that. I'm kind of waiting to see the battle that you're going to put on. So, and 15 millimeters, it's a nice little scale. It doesn't, it's not too terribly hard to paint, and I don't think I want to do 6 millimeter scale other than vehicles, and the troops would be just one coated probably. But if you got some goblins, that's cool. Ashley's been working on her stuff too. I think you got another one of yours painted
Yep,
already.
my T-Rex.
She got the T-Rex, and she's working on some
Gators.
What do you call them? Gators. So you want to show the other one off?
Yeah.
Sure. Hold on.
And now your work phone's going off.
Add the camera. Oh, of course my work phone's going off. Well, hopefully there's not an emergency. That's how it always goes. So just a moment there. That didn't sound like my work phone. My work phone has a ringtone to it.
That was a ringtone?
No, not like that one there. So hold on a minute. When we get this up here, I'll let Ashley show you what she's doing. And just a second, I'm gonna go check my work phone, make sure it's not an emergency. Be right back. Hold on. Go ahead, Ash. That's you.
Alrighty. So let's see how close I can get this guy. Maybe turn around light too. Sorry, yeah, you're seeing my nail. So I do the same color scheme, the dark green, and then this blue over it. It's a transition or contrast paint. And then the white or bone for the claws on all 4 feet. Black with the green highlight. This is a custom color. It's Iron Breaker and Ultramarine Blue from the Vallejo mixture air. So that made a nice shiny like silver blue. I got a red, same thing with like the green. And then I took the ultramarine blue and did more details kind of on the rider part. And then a black kind of like underbelly. Kept the red scale. Red eyes. I might darken the teeth up. Oh, I need to touch the tongue up. But yeah. That is my T-Rex veteran. And then silver, and then that same blue that I put over here on his gun with the red. So, but, yep. There you go, Charles. But yep, there is the T-Rex. I'm working on gators. I have 3 of them. So I was trying to do similar to the blue with the silver with the this Scarlet Red with an airbrush, but it didn't come out. It's like too pinky, which I ended up busting off a couple of his little tags, but it's all good. Makes it look like it's battled. So I'm just gonna go over it with just the Scarlet Red. And I think that comes out a little bit better. I still gotta touch up the greens, but that's what I'm working on right now. But I think that looks a lot better. So, That is what I'm doing. And I think I'll probably do the same thing with this gun, maybe. Paint it silver and then put that blue back over it as well. I think is what I'll do. So I want to try to keep all their scales the same color. And then do their armor a different. Because I have to do the same. This guy, which is a veteran, would have to be the same for these guys, my raptors. I think I'll do the same. So I think that's what I'll probably do with these guys. But these are the same as these warriors. So I'm kind of, unless I leave him as a veteran and him a different color, and then maybe do just a blue on the rest of these guys, maybe, and change it from their spikes over to like a red, and kind of keep with the dragon on it. That's might be what I'll do. Oh, what do you guys think? Which I can't. Yeah, I showed that one off already. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. Everything good?
So far.
Okay.
There was a person who was calling the maintenance line.
Oh, it was the maintenance phone that went off?
Yeah. Wanting to know about what to do with their rent.
Seriously?
Yep. So that's good. It was not an emergency.
Right.
So what is?
I already did.
What were you doing? Oh, you did all this? Camera came out of the thing there. Where's
the lockdown right here?
Oh, it's right there. Yeah. All righty. Let's see here. Where'd my chat go? Yeah.
Thanks, Mythos.
Yeah, they're starting to look good there. So, holy cow, Charles says, one game, 48 figures. Okay. That's pretty cool. I mean, Ashley's going to have quite a bit when she's done with all this up there. Charles says it looks good, Ash.
I have like 42 figures, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't pop off all these supports in his mouth.
Yeah, that's the one weird thing. The supports work out good, but boy, they're kind of hard sometimes to get.
Well, I cured him, so.
Oh, without doing that first?
I completely forgot about it. So now I gotta go and try to break cured
supports, which is going to be harder to do.
Yeah, without cutting anything else. Say, our printer don't like teeth. That's for sure. It messes up on the teeth. I think they're maybe too small.
Well, I missed a comment here from Charles. He said he's going through his board games. I have a lot of figures like Battle of Five Armies and the War of the Ring. You're rushing to see how tall they are. Where could you use them? I don't know. You're pretty good about coming up with your games there, Charles. I'm sure you'll find somewhere to use them. I would love to be able to use some of my Star Wars Legion figures and something just to use them. So they're all painted and done, but only played one game of that since I've had it. And yeah, I kind of need to do something a bit more. And one page rules here is moving along pretty good on some of this stuff. What the heck happened? There we go. Oh, I did that. You're not going down the 54 millimeter rabbit hole. Yeah, I'm not really going anywhere outside of what I've got, to be honest with you. I mean, I just don't have enough time, it seems like, to literally to do whatever I would like to do. So I'm not gonna go into any other like size figures. So we got enough as it is where we're at. That we're good. Although Reese does an excellent job with his 54 millimeter stuff, and so yeah. So when I want to find out about that, I just chit chat with him.
I mean,
But he covers.
if you think about it, technically you got like a 54 millimeter. You're a light walker.
Well, yeah, but these are all still scaled in a 28 to 32 millimeter environment. So the stuff is scaled to be a giant in that, in that scale. And because the Titan's pretty dang big, but finding a base for him, I had to order the base because he's 150 millimeter base for it.
Welcome everyone on TikTok.
Yeah, let them know we're doing our live show.
Okay, so this is our live show. If you guys have listened before, you can talk. It's going through your mic.
I know, but this way it makes you feel important.
Oh,
you like to, because you let me do 90% of the talking.
Because I'm usually painting.
Or that, or testing gravity. But yeah, you're normally painting.
Really?
No,
we're gonna go back to that one.
To the chair fall? No, we won't go back. There's a video in case anybody wants to see that.
Greg!
So we're not going back there. So I think we're pretty good with the scale we're in right now. Again, I'm still looking for Western themed 15 millimeter small scale type of STL files. It looks like I'll have to break down and buy like a bundle, which I was trying to avoid because I just don't really have the extra money to buy a big bundle of them. But I think I'm going to have to figure that out if I want them. Then that way, I mean, it's not that the price is bad. It's just, sometimes things are a little bit tight and you got to kind of budget in that way. Yep. Back to gravity. Mythos.
Really?
They said Isaac Newton was the one that discovered gravity. You know what I always wondered?
I want to keep talking. I will post that video.
Of what?
Someone messed with my Groot.
What are you talking about?
He's backwards.
Nobody touched your Groot.
Keegan
might have. You'll have to ask him. I say nobody. Poor Ashley found a little Groot, a baby Groot. You have to show him because I can't explain it. But
so we were at our local grocery store, and it was like a mystery box kind of thing, and it's all Groots. This is the one I actually wanted. He's a little bobblehead. He's so cute.
So you didn't know what you were getting?
Nope.
But that's when you were hoping.
This is the one I wanted.
But how many of those miniatures are in a box? I mean, how many
One.
styles? But how many styles?
A dozen.
Oh, that's a lot of versions of Groot.
Yeah, I want to go back and buy more.
See if I can collect them all. You might get the same one though.
Okay, and then our 2-year-old granddaughter will have them.
No, I'm just saying if it's a mystery box.
Yeah, it's one of those like mystery
grab bag kind of things. Yeah. You don't know what's in it or as far as what model. Then. Fight Keegan, Wolf Brother Hobby says, film it for YouTube. That we could do it and set it as a premiere, right? And then we could narrate
it. Just gonna lose.
Yeah, it's all fair until Ashley breaks out a cast iron skillet or something.
You learned that the hard way.
No, blind box style. Get those giant inflatable sumo, costumes that you wear and you blow them up, and then you gotta try to wrestle each other in those. Probably do something like that. I bet you people would watch that.
They probably would.
I know they would. We just couldn't air it around dinner time. We wouldn't want people choking on their food while watching TV, laughing. Thank you, Mythos, for some good ideas there. We'll have to give it a shot and try it out. See, it's just all about having fun.
The only reason I believe it's Keegan is we came home up on Greg's Titan was this little itty bitty armadillo and a purple base. So Keegan's the only one who has the little armadillos.
He's the only one that has purple filament.
Now he's going to stay hostage and he stays on my desk. Keegan, go to hell. He's now mine.
You're now confiscating him?
Yep. He was left in my house.
Oof.
Prisoner of war.
As a dog would say, that's rough. rough. Ashley's not going to comment. She's just going to ignore me. Oh, so lesson learned: don't leave anything on her desk if you want it back. And Keegan, if you're listening,
tough shit.
You'll have to just negotiate with her on that. But I do know now for sure we're not going to do the March to Victory. We kind of waited and hoping things would work out in a different outcome, but they did not. So after going 3 years in a row, we won't be
able to make
going
it this
time.
We'll try going for next.
Ooh, Telemachus has a good idea. He says, hey, basically put Groot back in the box and weigh him in the box. And make note of how much it weighs, and then you'll know which box is the same Groot if you use the store's produce scales to weigh him with. You go, huh?
That is cheating.
That is smart, Telemachus. Dang. That's a dang good idea, man. Dang nabbit.
Babe, you're not supposed to encourage it because now I'm going to go and do it.
Well, why not? That's a good idea. No, I don't want you to keep buying the same one over and over and over and over.
My granddaughter saw it and she wants it. She thinks it's because it's on my desk, she can have it. So yeah, our room got a little bit tighter, I guess.
Yeah, she has a pretty cool little desk. You'll have to see.
I'm going to move things.
What are you sorry for, Mythos? Oh, yeah. There's the dog. There's her desk.
She has already decorated pretty much everything.
So now she has a desk next to mine.
Hold on, let's see if I can get closer.
She's already got her stuff, including her little toolbox with her paintbrushes and things in there. Well, what are you sorry about there, Mythos? She said you're sorry.
I just blinded myself.
Do you have to go or something, or? But otherwise, yeah. So the little one she likes painting.
She loves painting. So now I have my own desk again.
Ashley has her own desk, and Maya has her desk right next to mine. Does it sound like a phone? But I guess not.
I don't know. Oh, I think he's apologizing for Tomikis about me buying more.
People do that with Yu-Gi-Oh cards? I honestly had no idea. They can weigh them to find the max rarity cards. Are the rarity cards, or does it make it slightly heavier? I mean, we must be talking about grams or something. Is there embossing on it or something that makes the cards? Foil. Well, so the rarity ones will have more holographic foil, making it weigh slightly more. Jeez. I bet you if you went into the local card shop, they wouldn't let you do that, though. Oh, that's what you're sorry about, us not making it to the convention. Well, it's okay. It's just the way it kind of worked out. I wanted to, but just too many car issues over all through last year. Far more expense than we had planned on fixing vehicles. Just kind of ate up anything extra. And then Ashley got laid off there for a little bit. So this time around, we're going to have to sit it out. We won't, there's not any way to make it, but It is what it is, so
unfortunately.
which is too bad because we had fun going and doing those, and it's really not really an expensive thing for a couple days compared to like going on quote a vacation or something. But oh well, we will just we'll be okay and figure it out for next year maybe. See how it
Definitely a little
goes.
better.
Yep, things seem to be picking up a little bit economy wise. Like where I'm at, you can see a little bit of a change, which is good. Um, so that will make a difference too. We'll see. Otherwise, it's pretty much just keep doing what we're doing. We have another one of the episodes for um, Aces and Armor that'll come out. So, what do you guys think about that? I noticed Jeff hasn't seen it yet. I was hoping he'd show up. I was going to ask him to go look at it from hex to hex there because it's interesting. It's interesting how it tracks damage and that your model's got the two little spikes next to it. So one beat is for damage and one is for experience. And um, thought the concept was really really cool. It doesn't interfere with the miniature at all. Actually, it just lets you visually see what's going on with it. Well. If it isn't the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villain wannabe painting, what? Oh, are you talking about what Ashley's painting? That's not a Teenage Mutant
I
Ninja
want to know
Turtle.
who let him into my house.
The dog knows him.
Because I know damn well we asked our daughter to come over.
Those are some bright colors, though, ain't they? That's a bright red. Um, they'll look okay though when it's done. I don't know these all the figures in the one page rules. The only thing I was well, we print out the motorcycle, you know, bike group, just like 40K has a bike, except for 40K's bikes just look cooler. These are more of a dirt bike kind of a look to them, but I guess more battlefield kind of. So they're interesting. They're not what I thought they'd be, but they're interesting. Yeah, Jesse said he was allowed in.
Traitor?
You're talking to the dog who's sleeping on the floor?
She didn't care who it was. Someone just pet me. He needs to be bigger.
Who?
Keegan asked how he liked the cute little armadillo.
She thought the armadillo was cute. Like he is tiny, but
that's the pet.
But not really, because compared to the rest of it, he's the pet.
Yeah, basically like your wolves.
Oh, so he's like the wolves that I have. All right.
Yeah, I have the dinosaurs with these guys. He got armadillos.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, the armadillo is interesting, Keegan. Keegan's asking how we liked it. That's what we're responding to there. Huh.
I don't know what like his like special power is. Like yours is like what, wolf cry or something like that, or wolf call.
I think the special power on the dogs is that they sense an ambush, because ambushes is
right.
That what we read?
Yeah.
Ambushes. I haven't used an ambush in one page rules, so
basically with that is if I go in for an ambush and it's within I think 12 inches of any of his guys that has the wolf, then it will call it and it will basically spook my guys that come out of ambush.
Yeah, it lets my
call basically.
It lets my guys know that there's somebody nearby, because even though you as the person fielding your guys can see it, the miniatures cannot see it. But so the dog alerts them to things that you can't see. So that's why I got two of them. I got one with the leader and one with the group of sappers, so it'll work pretty good.
Keegan, what is yours? What does your guy do? Does it like dig holes or something?
Does the armadillo dig holes? I don't know.
I mean, I can look it up. I just don't want to.
look it up and see what it is. So we haven't explored all the armies. Keegan says he has not seen a specific or a special ability. I'm sorry for them yet, so he doesn't know. Somewhere they've got to
They have to have it.
Well, there's got to be. Um, he's looking now. He said it's quite interesting.
It should be in the group it came with. Like if it was in the Warriors, and check in the Warrior as like a add-on. That's how Greg's is.
Yeah, so it's one-page rules is pretty interesting. For instance, that little this is the combat walker, right? The smaller version.
Light Walker.
Yeah. But they do some serious damage, like for instance, if he was running the Gatling gun, the MG, then it does a damage of attack 6. So you're gonna roll 6 dice for attack.
Yeah.
And it can some of the stuff gets to be pretty
Brutal.
pretty brutal, I guess. I gotta be careful with some of the words I say because you know how it goes. But I think some of the stuff is pretty cool, and it is pretty heavy duty. What you can do with it.
Well, the next release should be of his super tank.
So
and
I thought you printed me that
read,
super tank in the back. It's
no, that the one back there on the table is a heavy tank.
Oh, I don't know if I need a super tank. I mean,
the super tank is supposed to be a mortar, the AA gun, the cannon, and another one all in one.
All mounted on a vehicle.
Well, I haven't seen any.
Like a roving platform there.
I do know my one armadillo was able to Oh, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, I noticed when I came in the room here, I'm like, where did this come from? There's this little purple-based little guy, and I was standing on my walker who was laying down, so Keegan put him on his chest like he was doing a victory dance. But I didn't realize it was yours till Ashley said something.
I'm like, I have a rough idea.
Yeah, that would be Keegan. Actually, the armadillo would have to watch out because that big guy could just step on him, and that'd be the end of it right there. So, if any of you are contemplating something separate, I would say check out the one-page rules. Mini Worma was right. Probably, it's a really good rule system. Like I said before, it kind of assumes you know a little bit about gaming, but you can get around it, and the stats are pretty nice. It's
an easy game to follow. It's not anything difficult.
Yeah, it's less complicated, I think, and for people wanting to get into tabletop gaming,
this would be a good start.
This would be better than don't hate me because I do like Warhammer. It'd be better to start them on this. And I think if they got a concept of this, then if you took them over to Warhammer, it'd be easy as opposed to the other way around. You know what I mean? So it would just be something better. I personally like Wings of Glory to get people into it, but this would be good for fighting it out. Keegan's looking, but he doesn't think the armadillo does anything. It's got to have a purpose, though, Keegan. I mean, it's going to be doing its own thing. Like my dogs, or wolves, they are. I was just wondering, well, what were they for? So when I actually researched it, it's basically they can sense.
Give me a second, I'll stop painting and I'll go look.
They can sense ambushes and stuff, so it does help you when you're fighting. And I'll bet you that armadillo is maybe he digs underground and undermines stuff. Who knows? He's got to have something he does, I'm sure.
Hold on.
Jada just like flying in circles, yeah. Yeah, she did when you had those planes up. That's funny. She just kept turning and circling you. You literally could not get away. So, but now that she's a teenager, it's she's got a few other little interests. So, but I think we should offer because she likes Zombicide too, right, Keegan?
Aaron Ryan likes.
I know that. Your
Here,
other
go ahead and
kids
shut
do.
mine off.
What are you doing?
For right now.
Oh,
so it's not in my way.
That's what was doing on. Okay, go ahead. Let me shut you down for a second. There we go. Boing. Well, you gonna turn the light off, or?
Yeah, in a second I will. That way I can see my
eyes
computer.
are a little
better.
So she's gonna try looking at it now too, Keegan. But one-page rules is pretty good. Again, that Kickstarter. Hey, Keegan, I don't think you even watched the video we had on the Kickstarter that we got a couple days ago. So that Aces and Armor, I think, is a game you would like, Keegan. And you can do 4 players, up to 4 players with it. So that's because Zombicide is just a fun game in general. Have you did you get that other one? What other one did you want? You wanted to get the
I'm wondering if it's that tunnel.
Washington DC or something one. Yeah, Zombicide is a fun game in general, though. Oh, hey, Mini Wormut, you're off to your sister's birthday today. Cool. Hopefully, you have a good time, man, and enjoy it. But thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. We were talking about the one-page rules for a little bit there, and going over a few of the others. But Zombicide is for sure fun. Parasy will be out very soon. And Keegan's been busy building his army. I've just been doing more painting in the evening as I get the chance. Oh, did you get your artillery done also, Keegan? All right, Keegan saying he's got his artillery done. That's good. Mine's done, and I've got 2 crews, which is enough for now. Each piece has to have a crew to man it, which makes sense. You're not just setting them out there. But I'm good with 2 crews for right now, just because you can kind of swap things out as you go along. So
he's got 3 Titans.
Who does?
Keegan.
Keegan does?
Yep, he's got 3 Titans: Fortress Tank, Mining Titan, and Combat.
Keegan's got the Combat Excavator, a Fortress Tank, and a Mining Titan. So he's got quite a bit heavy duty stuff.
Yeah, I don't see anything on there for him.
So Mini Warmont says Zombicide in Paris. When is that coming out, though? If you'd let us know, Mini Warmont. All the Zombicides so far, whichever one I played, they've been fun to play. So Keegan asked, he was curious, do the crew come from random units? On my human I can't answer for yours, but I'm going to probably say no. It's not that it's a random unit thing. It's that you can attach the artillery to a unit, like one piece, and it replaces a couple of your soldiers. I think 2.
The only thing I can see is Tunneler.
He tunnels under stuff, right?
This model counts as having ambush and may be deployed up to 1 inch away from enemies. But there's nothing on any of them that say Tunneler.
So his armadillo could be... But what does the armadillo do?
That's the only thing. It doesn't show at all. So I have no idea. And
so for their artillery, then, actual pieces have crews. At least for mine, I have three of them. There's the observer spotter. He's directing artillery fire, and then you have a guy with a wrench, so he's obviously able to fix it or repair it. And then I have a robot carrying a crate of ammo, so he's going to be feeding the artillery. So mine takes three to run any of the artillery stuff. Hey, Johnny, how are you? Johnny from Linkster says Paris Z isn't anytime soon. Oh, well, Johnny, many Wormut's saying it's just days or weeks away. It was announced on Come On site, and it'll be out very, very soon. Okay. So that would be interesting. Mini Wormut, he is correcting you and said Paris Z was announced ages ago. Well, I don't know. I never heard anything about it. And most of the places I've been, anyways, or looking around, most everybody is just chit chatting about all the newer Zombicide stuff. So, I didn't know it was announced a long, long time ago. But hey, if it's a Zombicide game, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, there's nothing in here for his, so I don't know.
Wait a minute, Mini Wormut says you can pre-order it for $61.85 on Zatu Games. $61.85. That's $60 for in the box game. That's cool. We'll have to look it out. Let me guess. What about you, Telemachus? I think didn't you like Zombicide? I can't remember if you did or didn't, sir. But I thought you did. And Telemachus, by the way, you guys, he does have some of his own games you can look up and find.
This is that's an expansion, correct?
So, Mini Wormut, where are you at there? Oh.
CCOM. Trying to see if I can find.
Well, you found it right there. You just found it. It's the first thing at the top. Get rid of that right there.
Yes, but there's no date. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay. That's just one. There's a bunch of them. Okay. Mini Wormut says it was announced a while back, but Crickets for a while now. It's made an announcement. Linster is stating the opposite, that this has been out for a while. There's nothing out there for the pre-order. Don't pre-order it. They put that up a long time ago.
Release for 2025. It was canceled in December 20th of 24.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
That's from BGG, right?
This is from BGG.
No, come on, let's produce cues, they said. Okay, it is, according to BGG Games, is releasing in the UK in 2025, is what they're saying. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to believe because I haven't followed that, but on BGG, it's saying it's being released this year in the UK first. So apparently they got a queue for it. They might update that other site then, Johnny. Your hobby funds are going elsewhere, usually nowhere. Time is very thin, Telemachus. You're correct, man. It's really difficult to find time. And hobby funds they've been difficult for several years. So I don't know. It's a matter of time and money, right? That's one way of looking at it, Johnny. If you see it at your distributors, then you'll believe it. So if it's just pretty much all online things until it's confirmed, but that would be interesting. It would be interesting for it to go in that direction there. thankfully for us on our hobby stuff, it's recently only been just resin, and that's about $15 a bottle. And we get a ton of miniatures out of it, so it's been very, very affordable um, to do the one page stuff. Super cheap. But yeah, everybody's saying hi there. So we'll have to just see then when it comes out. It comes out. I'm sure Mini Warmup will have it quickly if he can get his hands on it, and we'll see what that's like. Um, but yeah,
CCOM page is back online and is offering pre-order with delivery before 4/18 of 25.
here you want to put that up.
Hold on. English site announce a release date of the 21st of February. Is what this is showing. This is some side fan site.
That's a fan site though. So still, you don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, Paris says 2/22 of 25 is what this is popping up
for pre-orders.
For pre-orders,
yeah.
So this might all be sold out.
It might just be that it's doing it in the UK first, in which case you wouldn't see
There's
it.
There's another one that's saying 2/21 of 25. Season 3. Oh.
Well, we'll worry about that later then. Yeah, you go ahead and ask your friends or your son there, but that's what it's saying anyways, Johnny. When you look it up, it's just, and your distributors, if it's being released in the UK, they wouldn't have any way of telling you if they're dealing with United States stuff.
Yeah,
but who knows? When either one of you two find out for sure, pass it along. We'd be more than happy to find out when and where. But as far as purchasing, I don't know. Probably not right now. Like I said, we were really wanting to get to March to Victory this year, and we're not gonna be able to do it. So things are just pretty tight right now, and we're just gonna go with what we got. We can afford to do our one-page rules, and we got the other game we're working on in progress, which another one will be up for you guys to look at here probably tomorrow. A couple more rounds, and then I'm thinking of maybe we've been doing it in a short version, but we might go ahead and do one playthrough so people can let us know what they would prefer. More so, what's more interesting to watch.
Hey, Chris.
Hello, sir. Nagawa, you just woke up. Great to see everyone. Well, we're glad you're here. Great to see you too.
All right, blinding light.
We're going to be doing more of that Aces and Armor. It's set up on the back, and I appreciate you bringing that out on your show, Chris. Thank you. It is a very unique game. I'd like to see him do a World War I themed something, maybe. Well, something along that. You know what I mean? To see, because it's a cool time frame too. And then, but World War II, it's really neat that you can have damage and experience, and the more experience you have, the easier it is to inflict the damage that you need to on your opponent. And it's pretty cool. Pretty cool concept. I'm glad I waited. Like I said before, I literally forgot we did it. It was so cheap on the pre-order. I think it was like $60 or something. It was really dirt cheap, and it's been way worth the money. More one-page rules on the way, Mini Warmutt says. Yeah, that is good. They're releasing stuff all the time too. Johnny is painting more of his Benson Raiders, waiting for him to dry. Mini Warmutt says fantasy campaigns may be endless, and now he's working on his own one-page rules Star Quest campaign. Narrative gaming you love. Yeah, that's fun. Sunday is sleepy day, hell child. Well, yeah, sometimes it's the middle of the week, man. It just depends on what I'm doing. It's like when you were a kid, you hated taking naps, and when you're an adult, you're like,
I want to take a nap.
I don't have time to take a nap, yeah.
So that's when you borrow the grandchild and make them go take a nap, and then that gives you an excuse.
That gives you the chance. Sure, if they take a nap. That never seemed to have panned out for me. Yeah, I like this. Everybody says hi to everybody. I love that. It's in all the shows too. Everybody's very friendly group. Very nice to see that going on. Um, so if you can get into some, if you get some one-page rules and you want to do something different, it's a pretty cheap way to go, especially if you got a printer. And if not, again, we're working on doing the one with the game with Ashley's proxies as paper. Keegan says Sundays are air fryer and leftover days. Yep, sure. He says your granddaughter take a nap. Ha ha. That's true. She generally don't nap. So Hillchild, you are correct. The things you hated as a kid is your special reward as an adult. That's true. Because you got to enjoy being a kid, right? What happens? We all grew up and then we're all stuck in this crappy system, the way things are done, and we're just done. We got to do a job, which takes all of our time out of the week and yada, yada. And it kind of sucks. Many Warmuts has a question. He says he doesn't understand why there are gamers out there that cannot figure out how to take a game and make it their own. Um, Sometimes I think, just my opinion on
they
that.
don't use their imagination.
Yeah, some of it, but I think some of it is too is if they get a game and they get a rule system, they tend to try to stick with what they're told, even if the rule system says you can make it your own, right? Um, Going back to Warhammer, right? The rule books, and when you go get your rule books, your codex, and all that, but it tells you in the rule book, this is how we play it. You can make the game your own. But I'll tell you what, I have never seen anybody playing Warhammer without using the rule books. Now, can they do it? Yep. It says right there in the rule book that I read, you can make it your own. But I think sometimes people are just leery of doing that. Personally, I think just like a lot of you, if everybody at the table agrees on something, then make it so. You know what I mean? Like, if everybody works then on it, then and they're okay, I don't see why not. Yeah, pretty much all the rule books do say that, but they don't. Um, Johnny's made over 200 tiles for Zombicide County. Wow, jeez, that's cool. Now with back to Zombicide, when you got the board, like the walls, like many Warhammer, when I first started with Zombicide, you showed me Brian the doors and stuff, so I got those. I think those 3D printing the stuff for the Zombicide board walls and making it like I think that's really very cool. Really, really kind of makes the game more fun. But I don't know why they can't make it their own because most rule books do that. The rule books are generally just a guide. This is how you do it, and if the rules don't work, then I mean I've watched enough people playing games and videos over the years where you run across rules that aren't clear, not sure what to do, so you gotta come to a decision, right? If you come to a decision, you may as well do it before you start the game. Hey. Somebody Warmut says, while the Zombicide Marvel zombie players say that you can't combine it with other Zombicide games, bogus. I agree. I don't know why you can't. Mini Warmut says just put a little bit of effort into it and tweak it as we call it homebrew. Yeah, you can. I don't see why not. I really don't see why you couldn't.
As long as everyone decides it's that's okay, then go for it.
Oh, Charles, did you buy the Too Fat Lard? I think it's Too Fat Lardies is what it is. Their rules and tokens, like That would be interesting. Let me know how that goes. Johnny says his tiles are not 3D. They're all just flat tiles to expand the areas you fight in instead of just city. Countryside, highway, suburbs, and more. See, that's a great idea. I don't see why you can't. I mean, the board is there to give you something to play with. The game set up so you have something to play with. Adding to it, I don't see why not. I mean, Wormut's all, don't get me started with 40Kers trying to adjust the one-page rules. Shots fired. No, actually, I'm a 40Ker, but the one-page rules are just easier. I mean, it's just easier. I just wanted my own guys, Brian. That's all. I didn't want to put my Space Marines in the Human Defense Force and proxy them. Well, it's okay though, because like I said, resin for this print is dirt cheap from Amazon, and also I can afford to print them.
He just doesn't realize how long it takes to get all that set up.
Keegan says new rule for all the games we play with the American forces. He's allowed to summon an A10 Warthog. Sure.
Absolutely not.
If it's yeah. He says he's gonna make it that way every game period.
Then we'll make a rule up that he can't hide. He has to stay in the open.
So then you gotta actually get out in the open and fight, Ashley's saying. So that's a good point there, Johnny. You started your company based on a premise. You customize your games to keep them fresh and exciting. It does keep them on the table. I don't see why you can't. There's a lot of people that do. Mini Warman says, Johnny, print me the tiles in the yacht and send me a prize. Oh, yeah. Jurassic Park. See, that's what I'm saying. That would just make it's just Ashley's wanting to see how that works out too. But I mean, gaming is supposed to be fun. So there's not anybody here that I know of that's literally a guardian or any of that. I've run across a few, but most people in the hobby, no matter what, are pretty much happy to try to help you out for the most part. Some people take it a bit too of the extreme sometimes, but you're going to have that. Keegan just needs a war room. Yep. So you can set a table up. Charles says he ordered the Infamy bundle. Didn't it? What's the other one they got, Charles? I'm trying to think of it off the top of my head. It's like, isn't it Mom? I've been shot or something like that. Let me see here. I believe so. But they also do, I know they do chain of command, right? But I'm looking for that other one, other rule set they had. I think that's what the other one is, but I know chain of command is one of their bigger sellers. That's a good idea. Johnny says he uses staples to print 25 millimeter square tile and glue it to a 2 millimeter cardboard, thick cardboard from Amazon. It's not professional or great, but it works. Hellchild wants to paint his champions of Slanesh as something other than the Emperor's children. I think paint them however you want, Hellchild, especially if they're Slanesh. I mean, we're not saying he's digging. Whoops, it went a little too fast for me there. Digging his zombicide rules and combine it to an actual miniature tabletop game. Johnny says, have you tried Mini Wormot, the Zombicide RPG? I don't know. So you tied that out with McMurray then, Mini Wormot, because you said McMurray and you proved that it works. That's cool if you had a chance. Charles says he needs Romans and Germanic troops. Well, those I know you can find quite easily. There's Keegan. Zombicide as an RPG. Yeah, we're okay though, Keegan. We got enough going on. I don't recall you mentioned you and McMurray doing that, but you might have. I mean, I have a lot going on. Combat's just the zombicide game, Johnny says. In the map can be the tiles. Okay, so see, I mean, I'm all for whatever. If people want a game, I just enjoy gaming. And of course, if they want to play by rules, we play by rules. If not, we got made up rules. Again, as long as everybody agrees, it doesn't. It really doesn't matter. So Linster says it's if you've been using all the extra cool tiles, you've been playing in the suburbs. That's nice. I kind of just wanted to with the zombicide stuff. I like the boards they got. I just kind of wanted to do like some terrain for it, you know. Um, I think it was you, Mini Wormut, that sent me a video last year or maybe longer back. One guy had just a ton of terrain on the board for it, and it just really brought the whole thing like more to life. You're trying to do a life size of the one page rules armadillo? Why?
Because he's a dumbass.
Currently slicing. Um, Let me know how that works out. I guess if I drive by your house and see this giant armadillo statue, I'll know it's you.
Don't tell me. I can figure out a way to do it.
I mean, Wormont says there's a ton of terrain out there to print. Yeah, there is. Hey, Charles, I agree with Benny Wormont. I think 15 millimeters good. Um, it's easier to paint the troops. You know, you get quite a bit on the table with 15 millimeter, and you can at least see what you're doing with them better than 6. I'm not sure about 10. I don't have any 10 millimeter stuff, but I really like the 15 millimeter scale. And Benny Wormont enjoys it now too. So he helped me become addicted to zombicide and a few things, and I helped him on his path towards addiction for 15 millimeter because you can it's just a good scale for getting a bunch of things on the table too that you can visibly see the difference in, and they're not bad to paint. 6 hours and 260 grams of filament. Okay, you good luck with that, Keegan.
He's gonna do it on his filament.
Oh, so Johnny's got a local person printing him a scale dropship for BattleTech. Okay. You'll have to show that off when it's all done, man. People with printers have been doing some really amazing prints over the last couple of years. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, and if they can, the better they make these, the easier they make them, the more I think people will do it. My problem I found is a lot of people are just kind of wandering through life. They're not really getting interested into anything, or it's more or less they're more interested in sitting and watching a movie. And I'm not knocking that, so don't take it that way. But I guess it's just I'd rather. I mean, I'm okay with watching movies, I mean, but I like gaming too to a degree. So you're gonna paint it live. It should be scads of fun, huh? Yeah, should be fun when you get it. See, there's some cool stuff going around, you guys. I mean, so a mini warm up back to the train. I finally found it's just a big packet of terrain. So it's kind of I think it was like $100 or something like that, 90 or $100, and it's I just can't get it right now. I was trying to find some STL files I could purchase individually for a couple dollars here or there each for the Western stuff, but did find a place that has a massive package of files, just a little bit pricier than I was looking at for right now. But if I could get it, I would. Yeah, when you're painting, you either have a music or a movie on the background. Or in today's case, you have us in the background. Well, we must be distracting you from paint because you're very active, which we appreciate in the chat. So that's what we do. Sometimes at night when we're painting, and I have a little bit of time, I try to listen on the channels and get caught up. Plus, I know it helps everybody's watch time too. So we try to do that with everybody that we support or that supports us. Which, speaking of support, Mythos here, he's got a brand new branding going on and a brand new coffee cup, and it's not Frosted Fist anymore. For those of you that don't know, it's Wolf Brother Hobbies, which actually I think suits him very well because he's into all sorts of gaming and stuff too. So, to check out. He's got a coffee mug, and so we try to purchase those from everybody. We got one from Johnny's store too. So the other day we ordered one from Mythos' store. So check it out. He's got a new coffee mug, cool new design. Yep, we try to help everybody out. When it comes to coffee, we love coffee and tea. So we drink it, and we encourage you to check out our shop at gamerswithcoffee.shop. You can get free shipping in the U.S. anyways on our stuff. We also have some merchandise there too. Not a ton. We toned it down a bit. But anytime you guys make a change, we're going to try and support it. When we get the mug in the mail, it's already bought and paid for. We just got to wait to get our grubby little hands on it. We're going to show it off for Mythos. As I have all your guys, including yours, Mini Warmut. Like I said, Modeling for Advantage, back when they were Frost and Fist. And so above my head, I got a shelf of coffee mugs. And every once in a while, I go through them and I use them in the show too. Yeah, so Mythos, will you send me a messenger the link to your mug, okay? I'll pull that up on my tab over here, and then I'll put that link in here because it won't let you do it, but it'll let me do it. All right, Johnny's asking for the link to be tossed up. You use the coffee mugs for the D6s, and we appreciate you guys showing our mug off too. I mean, it really means a lot. So we thank you guys for that. Ooh, the jasmine tea is pretty good. Actually, pretty good for your body too, Hellchild. Check out the Krusty Kernels War Game show. All right, Charles. Hold on a minute. I do this during the shows. I gotta write things down, you guys, because I'll forget. Krusty Kernel, huh? Krusty Kernel show. Well, I will check that out, Charles, later. When we're done with this, we got more. We got to do our dinner, and we got some more gaming to do because I tried to give you guys like an intro to the game so that you're not lost on Aces and Armor. But now we're going to do some more gameplay to it too. Now, I don't think it's 16 ounce, but
what?
Mythos' new mug, but
11.
It's 11, a standard size. But you know what? I mean, I got a lot of coffee cups too. But what I try to do, if you guys have seen us, we kind of rotate them out every here and there, and we'll hold it up. So
you can never have too many.
So Charles says that he needs to order the Goblin Trailer Park rules. Send me a link to that in an email when you get it, Charles. Oh, you have the PDF, Mini Warmut? Hellchild says he never thought of doing merch. He still needs to make vids. Well, you just The merch is there mostly because almost everybody has it, and it's kind of cool if people buy it because it shows they support you, and then you have word of mouth. I mean, obviously, none of us here are gonna like make a living and retire from it. It's more advertising than anything else. It's a conversation starter. But yeah, if you get some videos up there, Hero Child, or if you ever get merch, just let us know. Johnny says he's not going to be here next week. He is going to be at a market. First of the year. All right, cool. We'll have fun at the market. Um, Keegan says, "What did I hear? Trailer Park Wars?" Exactly, Keegan. I think Mini Warmut has it. Red Bull cups. Yeah, Hellchild's right, Keegan. You just drink that out of the can. I mean, you know, just don't drink too much. Apparently, it gives you wings and you'll fly off, and then they won't be able to use you for work if you're scooting around everywhere. So hold on a second here. One thing at a time is correct. So bear with me here. Mythos. Did you send me that link in Messenger? Because I'm going to go log into Facebook over here, into my Messenger and see. So send it, Mythos. I'm waiting. So when Mythos sends me his link in Messenger, I'll copy it and put it in here, and you guys can check out his coffee mug, okay? Hey, Keegan says, Greg, you can just drink coffee out of the pot. You know what, Keegan? It never dawned on me until recently that, what, the coffee pot, at the top of the coffee pot, when you put it in the brew, there's a hole in the top.
You don't even say it's for a
It's for a straw. It's for a straw. It's not really to drip the coffee in because you can open that little lid up. It's when you close it, that hole is for a straw. That's what a true coffee drinker does. They hold the pot in one hand and put the straw in there, and you're good to go. Monster triple shot coffees try to put you to sleep. Be careful with a lot of that kind of stuff, drinking too much of the monsters. And Charles says he keeps his coffee cups in his room because there's no room in the kitchen. That's cool. Like I said, above our shelf here, as I've showed you before, is a shelf that sits above me. And that's where I put the coffee cups, and then I rotate them out, drinking coffee out of them here and there on the show. But it's kind of cool that we got cups from multiple people, just something to collect a little bit of. Works pretty well that way. Hold on a second. All right. Mythos sent me that. That came through. Hold on a second. Hold on, Mythos. There you go. Miguel says his favorite coffee is a quadruple shot espresso, large flat white. Ooh. I wonder how much caffeine's in that, but that sounds good. I like the for in the morning I drink like breakfast blends, or I will drink the what was I gonna say? Oh my god, I just lost my train of thought. The English breakfast tea. I've had that in the morning too because it's a stronger tea. I like that. Of course, it's a loose leaf tea, so you kind of make it however strong you want. Thank you, Mini Warm-Up. You sent one too. Woohoo! Goblin's Trailer Park rules.
Yeah, send that to me so I can download it over here.
All right, we'll do that afterwards. Yeah, so we'll do that. And those of you that are listening on the podcast later, we'll put the link for a couple of guys. We should do that. We'll put the link in the store there. A cappuccino brev with no sugar, a keto friendly coffee. All right, that sounds good. Yeah, coffee kind of keeps me going. I do drink more decaf these days, so I've lowered my caffeine so I can have as much coffee as I want. See, burnt coffee, Telemachus says, like old army coffee, military grade coffee, or even more burnt than that is because you ever go to a hospital and then you go, oh, can I get a cup of coffee? Maybe you guys don't, but I have. And a nurse's station there, you're visiting someone. Nurse's station's always, oh, we got coffee. They don't tell you it was from like 2 shifts ago. And they bring you this cup of black tar, and you're looking at it going, it must be safe to drink. It's in a hospital. But then you question it. So, nurse's station coffee, you guys have some pretty stiff coffee. Ooh, that sounds good too. We're lucky here, Mini Warm. We got a Scooters. Ask Keegan. He gets to go there for Crystal quite a bit. It's just down the street. What do you think that is? 2-3 miles, maybe at most.
Yeah.
And it's like 3-4 minutes away. And then if you hop the freeway and go to the next exit, there's a Dunkin' and a Starbucks. So we're kind of surrounded. The more char, the better. Well, that keeps you going, Telemachus. And in a pinch, you just take some instant coffee and put it under your tongue and be quiet. It'll work. Just don't say anything. Hellchild says that's road tar. Yep. That nurse's station coffee. Good grief, Degawa, that sounds good. And I can picture you drinking that while looking out the window watching your red robin that comes by. So where do you get what's close to you then, Degawa? I know, like, I've tried Tim Hortons. I wasn't super impressed. Yeah, Scooters works out pretty good. Oh, Johnny says that was fun. Lost the internet. Oh, don't you love that? It's technology. It happens. They've done a ton of upgrades in our area. At least they have been kind enough to send us texts, and we've been lucky it hasn't been on a Sunday yet. Well, today your internet will be down for 8 hours during this time while we do upgrades. And I'm like, oh, at least they're letting you know ahead of time. Do we have Bridgehead coffee?
No.
I do not believe so. Nagawa. We have a ton of coffees that we've researched and put up there, and some more lately, but not that one. Part of I guess the thing that's the hardest for us is there's a lot of quote drop kind of ship things, but you gotta resource where your coffees where they're coming from and how they're processed and whatnot. Tim Hortons sucks, he says. Yeah, I went to Mall of America a couple years ago, and it's the only Tim Hortons I know of in the United States that I know of. And I was like, yeah, I got all my friends in Canada, all these people I know up there, and I'm like, woo! And we were in the mall, and the first thing you asked Ashley we did is before we did any of the rides or anything, I went straight over there and got a coffee, and I sat down and had this big moment. I was like, all right, I'm actually going to try something from Canada here in the States. I took
that
a couple
was a
drinks,
disappointment.
and I was like, what the heck is this, man? Like, I was like, oh. No, I do not think there's a Bridgehead company either. I'm sorry. I thought you meant it was a branded coffee. To say that don't sound familiar. But it may not. It doesn't mean we don't have it somewhere. It just means we don't have it right here where we're at. Oh, see, there you go, Mythos. So, Chris, Mythos travels all over the place, I think he's the CEO of his company. He's very humble. He tells us he's a worker. because he likes to just hang out with us poor people. So, but when he's on his jet and stuff, he'll probably have his, his staff look while he's out and about in different states. Charles says, just Tar Coffee, just choke it down, add some Coca-Cola as you go. Hey, why not? If you could pour Coca-Cola on your battery and clean the acid off of it, probably work to get things through you. Oh, really? McDonald's ended up getting Tim Hortons' old coffee suppliers after he decided to switch. I would agree with you there, then, Chris. That seems like that'd be pretty much a big mistake, because I bet that changed a lot. And Hellchild says Red Bull coffee can't touch Nurse's Station coffee. You're right. The Nurse's Station coffee keeps them going. I don't even think they know it's a couple ships old. It's kind of just aged in the pot, Yeah, so Black Rifle Company, which is owned by veterans, I have bought from them also. Mini Wormwood. They actually, there's a lot of people are outdoors out here, do a lot of hunting and fishing and camping and boating, and outdoors is a big thing out here. So in the stores now, they're kind of like, what can I say? I guess in the stores where you go get all those supplies, sometimes they have end caps of just Black Rifle coffee and mugs and whatnot. I've never had Death Wish coffee.
I have.
Hell, child, you have? Oh, I never had. I just never wanted to buy anything that said Death Wish on it. I was like, I don't think I will. Actually, you said it's nasty. Oh, okay. I cannot say, because I personally do not know if the coffee is good or not. Yeah, Black Rifle Coffee does have some good coffee. They have extra caffeinated one.
That's basically what Death Wish is. It's super caffeinated.
The problem is you got to watch how much caffeine you have. So, like I said, we got
it's like
decaf on our shop.
Burnt.
It's burnt taste.
Yeah.
I'm not fond of the burnt taste. Johnny's all boo coffee. Blah. Yeah, that's okay. We got tea too, Johnny. You can put in one of those big giant mugs you have. And he does have big giant. Ooh, where'd you put that up there? I didn't know you put my. Oh, you got all sorts of stuff in the way up there. Anything else? See, now this, I think it's 16 ounces, ain't it, Johnny? This one I bought from you, this World War I.
I believe so.
Mug from Aries. I think this one on Johnny's site is 16 ounces. This got such a nice picture. I look at it. See you later, Mini Wormwood.
Bye, Brian.
Thanks for stopping by, man. Thanks for the rules. You have a great night with your sister there, man. Hope you guys have fun. Family stuff is always important to do. You've been getting tea runners? Well, then try some of our tea. We bought a mug from you. Next time you're on tea, try some of ours. See what you think. And let me know. It's a good mug. It's a good size mug. Yep. So I can vouch for the jasmine tea that we have. I have ordered that and drank that, and I have drank the
breakfast. English breakfast.
The English breakfast tea, yeah. Which is really good. And Keegan says his artillery and his iron vets are primed. Nice. Oh, cool, Johnny. Yeah, this cup here was really nice. I mean, really is a nice cup.
In the words of Mutt, get painted.
He's just primed them though, so he has to let it dry. That's cool, Keegan, that you got it primed. So that is, yeah, I like the tea that we got because it's loose leaf one. I don't like a lot of plastics. They lied to us all these years, all these companies, and now it's all coming out. Oh, good, you drink water out of a plastic bottle and you're getting microplastics in your system, and they're like, oh, we just knew about that. You're like, yeah, probably not. You've probably known for quite some time and just making money. So tea, and the tea bags, a lot of them are now made with plastic. So I don't want to dip the plastic in boiling water. So I use only loose leaf teas anymore. And you get those little ball strainers that work out to a serving for a cup. You just scoop it out of the bag and leave it at half. You can set that in your cup because it swells. And that's about half. Of course, you could adjust it. Um, I've never tried it with honey and ginseng, but you know what? I will do that because I can get fresh organic ginseng in my area here, and I already have some organic honey. Keegan says technically they're painted because they're primed. He primed the black. So yeah, but I mean, it's just enjoyable. The little coffee warmer Keegan got me from the bin store, the Amazon bin store. Works pretty well. I found out though, Keegan, it works the best with that enamel cup that I have, the one that some of you guys think is cool. It really keeps the coffee warm in that, as opposed to the regular ceramic cup. Makes a big difference. Just have to watch it because the cup gets hot. Is there a nice crescent moon out? Nagawa. You know what's interesting, right? The crescent moon's always been like this. These days, it's like this. Just something me and a few other million people noticed on the internet. I was like, yeah. It's usually it's supposed to be like this, but now it's more of a upside down crescent moon sometimes. But hey, as long as you have a nice evening there where you're at, Chris, and you can just kind of relax, that makes a difference, man. Where you can just sit, kick back, relax, have a nice evening, And by the way, Chris, you never updated us. Did you ever get your? I mean, maybe because I missed. Well, we got your show this Saturday, but sometimes I miss your show, so I didn't know if you had that really nice camera set up and how it worked. You'll have to let me know. Because we need to get something like that where we see the ceiling. I'd like to mount something up there where I can come down and get some really good overview shots of what we're doing, because the miniatures, are miniatures. So instead of a flat chit, which you're looking straight down, I'd have to look down and maybe see how much I can get of the miniatures on there. Hey, Hellchild. Thank you for stopping by, man. We appreciate it. Have a good night. Take care.
See ya.
And let us know if you ever do get anything going that way, sir. Or if you want a game, we got the technology to do it, man. To any of you. Not yet. Nagawa says he needs to go to the hardware store. Oh, there you go. Well, we had let's see. Let me show you this, Nagawa. This might work for you. I don't know how heavy it is, but hold on.
Here.
What?
There.
Blinded me with science. Hold on. Let me show you what I got over here to the side of the desk that you cannot see. Where is it? Add that. Gonna add the camera. It takes a second. Hold on.
Oh, it's already up, babe.
What? Where?
Hold on.
Oh, here. Already got it. Yep. What are you doing? That's not going to work too good.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Let's try it then.
There you go. Jumbo!
Okay, so see up the ceiling there. Oops. It's like a pull. See the mount right here? This will pivot either way, and it's threaded to fit on the bottom of your actual camera. Of course, you undo it, and you can adjust it down. So I used to on my desk, if those of you that have been following me for the last several years, I used to zoom in on my desk quite a bit, and that's what I have there, and it's just mounted to the ceiling. Um, you can't really see the decoration up there, but where it's mounted is it's mounted into the truss in the ceiling, so it's not going nowhere. You could probably hold on to it, but this will actually,
Walkabout. Wag!
It undoes itself, and it'll come down, and it'll come all the way down to your desk or wherever you need it. I just don't know how heavy that camera is you had, and I kind of haven't used this for a while just because we've been mostly showing what's on Ashley's desk there when she's painting, and hers is on a swing arm, so it makes it a little easier. So hold on a second. Well, hello, Walkabout. How are you, sir? So maybe that will help you, Nagawa. I don't know, but it worked fine for our cameras. But honestly, our cameras are, they're smaller and
Whee!
and whatnot. But the one you got, I kind of looked at in the specs. It's pretty nice. Sounds like it would do a real good job. What are you doing now there, Ash?
Good.
Shake and paint, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, Keegan, when I said earlier, but looking at it from the top with the miniatures, since they're not flat, it would have to be a little bit angled or something, or angled on a tripod. But just something that does a little bit better than the standard. And that's my fault because I really don't have a lot of money to invest in a very high quality camera. The only high quality camera I got is my Canon EOS M50, which is an awesome camera, but it's already a couple years old, and you got the Brio 500. Yeah, I mean, just whatever works. She's making more of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle wannabes. Keegan says, "Well, those are her guys. If actually, I mean,
well, at least I don't have the 7 doors."
She said, at least she doesn't have the 7 dwarfs, so she's gonna fight you.
I'll just.
Are you gonna put like a wash over them, or just keep them bright?
I don't know yet.
Because your other guys look more techie.
I'm not done.
I know. I was just asking. Don't need to get upset. I was just asking, not a complaint. You gotta be careful, you guys, when your significant other is in the hobby. That if you ask them a question, they don't take offense. Wait, she might have heard me say that. So, it's okay. It's okay. You're in a safe place. You're loved. Maybe I'm not the one in a safe place. I don't know, man. But anywho, yeah. Oh, good grief, Keegan.
Oh, God.
She was a little long on the short joke. No, she just giving you smack back. See, Minnie Warmoth's not here, so see, this is what everybody has already seen it. Greg, he just kind of kicks back to chill. Ashley and everybody else loves that banter. I'm just like, okay. Yes, that is true, Mitos. But that's true. Very true. You also got to make sure that, well, or maybe that's just you because you're attracted to a woman that can beat you up. I bet you probably like the abuse, though. Somewhere, there's probably more to you than we know. How about an insignificant other? Oh, you don't worry about them, Telemachus, I guess. Oh, yeah, it's just all good.
And this is coming from Mythos, who Lily puts her.
That's what he's saying.
Kick boxing thing or kicks whatever the hell metal it is behind him at all times. Oh yeah.
But he knows that's what he's saying. So Johnny, yeah, it's just all good banter. It's just fun
Oh
banter.
yeah, we are.
Nobody is being mean, rude, or rotten. It's just goofing off. But that's because we kind of know each other's boundaries and stuff. So it's never
I ain't
done,
butthurt. I'll just kick his ass in a couple
never done to
games.
be mean. Brian just likes to get her riled up and tell her to go, do dishes or something. He does that just for fun. But the insignificant others, I can't help you with, Telemachus. I guess you just don't worry about it. It's the significant other that you have to worry about. You know. Oh, and also, you guys, well, we shared Mythos's cup, his mug. I'm going to share it again. So if you didn't get a chance to go take a look. Oh, wow. Mythos says your nails look really good, Ashley. Gave you a compliment.
Thank you.
Wow, that didn't sound enthusiastic. Try it again. Uh-oh. Now there's silence, and she's looking at me. Oh, your daughter just had hers done? Yeah, it's good for them to go out and have fun with their best friends and stuff and do something that's
Rarely do I
nice.
even get my nails done anymore.
Well, that's because a lot of times they get broken off at work and whatnot. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good every day. If you get up every day, then you're good. You beat the day. What I hate is I wanted to. There's something I think I'm forgetting. I know I'm forgetting. I wanted to bring up. Oh, let's see here. Bear with me just a second, you guys. I'll look this up here. My fault. So, speaking of coffee and all that,
Did you use too much brain cells already?
yeah, I did. I think I exhausted my brain cells during the week. But anyways, I want to remind you guys that we support Food for Farmers, and I'm gonna push their little link in here too. Um, this is a company that helps out the farmers who are coffee farmers. So if you're interested in checking out what they do or anything about them, then check them out there and just see what you think. Maybe you can help, maybe you can't. We support also Texas. Is it East Texas Hoof and Paw?
I believe so, yeah.
And they are an animal rescue that has done a lot to help people out and help the animals out. And I'm going to stick their link in there too so that you guys can take a look at that if you want to. Because we do care about our little doggy and cat friends too. I mean, most gamers have a pet, so it's something that you guys could look into. So I don't know. Life gets a little bit crazy and whatnot, but once in a while, just remember other people have it harder. And sometimes Greg is scared and hides under his desk. And in other times, I pretend to be strong. Well, there is Empire 54. Hello, Reese. How are you, sir?
Hey, Reese.
Reese has been trying to dig his way out of a snowstorm. So I'm glad to hear you're doing good out there, sir. I don't know what it is with Reese and his not wanting to show up
He's got something blocked or something.
You got a VPN or something up. Johnny says he has new products in and more this week at the store. Awesome. Walkabout, how are you doing, sir, on all your things you were trying to get up and going? You were busy with quite a bit there for a little bit, so I haven't had a chance to talk to you a whole lot. But I'm glad you're here there, Reese, and that you dug out. You actually popped up on the chat on YouTube, yeah? It's just you didn't pop up on my screen. You don't dig your way out of a snowstorm, I think Keegan's saying you just man up and use a flamethrower. Well, that would be cool. And imagine doing that, melting the snow. I really don't know if there's a law against that, but I would check in your area. That would be fire beats snow. Yep, that's true. I guess, though, too, Keegan, it would depend if the snow is continuously steadily falling, because at some point the flamethrower will run out of fuel to be workable. You know what I mean? You're 4 to 6 hours in the saddle every day. It's all mud, and the cows are having their babies. Well, yep, that's because it's getting to be close to spring or springtime. And yeah, it's the snow here is gone too. It is mostly muddy. Mostly muddy. But hey, we're supposed to, I think, tomorrow, the next 3 days, we're either getting one day that's all rain and then another day that's rain and snow. So that'll just be cruddy. No, Keegan, he's not on the Restream chat here, but he is on the YouTube chat. So I can see what he's saying, but just don't show up on my dashboard over here. Just, I don't know, Reese, are you sure you don't got like a VPN you're using, or you're got a firewall? You got something going on. The flaming were for M16. Hey, like in the zombies, wasn't there that cool flamer they had years ago in the zombie game? Ashley, which game were you playing? I had the flamethrower used on the zombies. I don't know if it was COD. Yeah, I don't think it was COD. Bazooka clears a lot of snow at once. Yeah, makes a little bit of noise. Probably disrupt the neighbors. Wednesday for you is going to be 60. I haven't looked at the weather too much, but I know today it was in the high 40s for us.
39 right now.
It's 39 now. So to us, that's t-shirt weather. Yeah, like, weather it's just kind of crazy. It's, simply crazy. But then again, what can you say? Just one day at a time. You get up and see what the day brings. So I take it, Reese, you haven't had a whole lot of time to do too much if your days are busy. Ashley's still painting away. Paint. So one of these days, it'll be a nice, quote, spring day, and we will be able to have some nice fun. I do want to go back out to the one year when we went camping at Keegan, we did play tanks on a picnic bench, a picnic table. I'm sorry, not the bench, but the table. And then with Clint, me and him one year, like I told you guys, it was fun to go to the local park. We just set up a Warhammer game, and so many people were stopping to ask what we were doing that we didn't really actually get to game too much. but we sure got to introduce people to gaming, and that was just fun to do. It was just fun to do. So I would like to do.
This year I painted all our mechs.
Well, I'm just saying I'd like to get out, maybe do a game on a nice day just at the park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's outside. You know, I can't say we're getting fresh air anymore because it's mostly polluted, but at least you're outside. And it makes for good conversation, too, with people coming by that don't know anything about what we're doing. Yeah, people didn't know what we were playing, Keegan. You're right. But that's at a campsite. They just drove past us. They'd slow down and look, all those tanks on the table, and they'd look at Keegan and look at me, and they're like, oh, I wonder what they're doing, you know? We should go game at the mall at the big table. Um, yeah, didn't you ask them about that one time? So to put a perspective for everybody that's listening or watching, they have a when I say a big table, it's like what you see in the medieval movies, you know, where the knights are around these big tables eating. And that's what this is. It's very, very big. It's wide and long and all woody. It looks like something out of a castle. And it's right smack in the middle of the mall. And I think it's just more or less for people to just sit on. But I'm wondering if they wouldn't let us like just use it to throw a game on.
We just have to call them.
Well, there's a Leinster down our local mall, which is actually still pretty heavily used. There is Turtle Power Sports. They're just all sorts of gaming, mostly cards.
Which they moved. They're not in that corner
They're
anymore.
not in the corner anymore.
Nope, they got a bigger shop down down a little bit further.
Oh, did they? So they used to be in a corner on the first floor of the mall there, and they had one of the like they had their own coffee stand too, where they made coffee and stuff like that. So we went and interviewed them. There's an older interview back in the videos there that I did with the owner, and they're kind of interesting. They had little Nintendo gaming contests, like Mario Kart racing and contests and stuff like that too. So it's just kind of interesting. Not a lot of miniatures, really, mostly just things like that, but a lot of the card games, you know, Magic and all that. So, but yeah, I think gaming at the mall would just be a good idea. Yeah, what's a mall? Telemachus asks. I know. It's one of those places where people socialize and buy things now. They're fading out, though. I mean, you know, everybody is transitioning to just buying stuff online. And then when the whole COVID thing came through, that pretty much got a lot of people for a long time used to just ordering everything. And so, you know, then they just didn't do too much of the mall. But our mall here, you'd be surprised, Linstar. I'd say you're right. They're dying or dead in a lot of places, but not all of them. Ours is very busy. There's a lot of restaurants and the stores are busy, and they even remodeled the mall. I mean, it's quite a bit. The mall at the other end of town, which they call the West Side Mall, they have redone it proportionate to sections, and it's extremely successful. So, yep, some areas they are dying. In our area, they're not. They're going pretty strong. I'm not going to see them close. I don't think probably in our lifetimes here because it's entrenched for people to do. Keegan's being funny. Telemachus, it's a big building with lots of stores in it, mainly used by older people to do their indoor walking for cheap. Actually, they do that at Walmart, Keegan. That's what Walmart's for. And Keegan maybe hasn't been into our mall recently. I have. It's actually not older people. It's mostly people his age or younger that are in there. So it's. I'm just telling you, it's a very active mall. But yes, a lot of the malls across the country are dying. and going out of business. And ever since COVID, people just got used to ordering everything online, their food, everything. People tend to not go out of their house or do anything. Turn them into a hospital or a retirement community is a good idea. And Keegan just posted retirement community is a great idea. Um, I think what would be nice to do though is see to rent out one of those and do like a gaming competition or something on a weekend. Just set something up like that if that's possible. But anyways, Johnny, I agree with you. I think it'd be a good idea. That's why we were kicking it around. We think so too. It would just be fun to put the game on because, you know, and we'll wear our gamers with coffee shirts. It would be a good way to introduce our group in a good way for people to take a look at what tabletop gaming in general, and just kind of spread the word. So I think it would be pretty cool to do. Yeah, Lindell does pick up and fade, but overall, you got to remember, Keegan, it's overall just generally busy. That's why it's changing because if one store goes out, another comes in. So, and then it all depends too on what you're selling. And there is a kind of a swing in the country where people are getting tired of what we would call status quo, where they are trying to go back to do other things. Um, so it's one of those things, kind of like home remedies and stuff like that. That's a big thing that people are going back to doing these days. And so some of those is um, just it's just coming back on some of it. Yeah, the sports memorabilia downstairs is always going to go because people are addicted to sports, as you all know. Many of our watchers are. Sports is a big selling thing in this country. It's entertainment, and so I don't see it going out. Their memorabilia store is huge. Any team that you want anything for, you can walk in there and pretty much find. It's a big area down there, and Iowa is big, big, big into sports. Um, those have come and gone. Keegan, flea markets or swap meets. That's another thing. If I had money, I'd put one on because, man, other states, those are big. People really enjoy just going and rummaging through stuff. And it's just kind of something that's always been a nice thing. I think out here the killer is the weather in the winter. Obviously, there was an old Kmart that's still around. Um, that for a long time I was like, man, that'd be perfect to do an indoor swap meet where you could have vendors in there renting spaces and you know obviously plenty of parking and whatnot. And
I'll go down to that.
yeah,
Way back.
they had well, hey Keegan, remember that we went to the other end of the mall where that uh, on the end where the Halloween store is there
Yonkers, I think.
down
Or
by
no, not
Yonkers.
Yonkers.
But there was one store that was there. I can't remember what it was. It closed.
Yonkers.
Was it Yonkers that closed?
Yeah.
And then they turned it into a big gaming thing.
Yeah, it's where Halloween.
Yeah, so we went there. So it's kind of nice to do those things. Tillamook says the flea market's a place to get fleas like Walmart. It's possible. Walmart, we've saved a lot of money on cable and no longer really watch TV because you just only got to go to Walmart and just be patient. Something stupid or crazy will happen. And all you gotta do is just be patient, walk through the store and watch people. It's its own show. Like it's great entertainment. Kind of like Spirit Halloween, but
yeah, Spirit Halloween. That's what I was thinking.
But they kind of rent that place every year. That's pretty much just staying there for them. But they had a big, big, big uh, gaming thing that was pretty crowded to go through. I mean, it had 3D printed stuff. It had all types of games, cards, comic books. It was just a big place. As myself as a nerd slash dork, I really kind of enjoyed it. They had Lego figures, you name it. It was just something to kind of go through and see. And it was kind of neat because it was all just people like us, that had their own little business and they ran their own little space. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So our mall in our area, we're just kind of fortunate. It does thrive. It's fairly active. It's got quite a few bigger restaurants attached to it, and so it's ongoing busy. And then of course during the holidays you can't even park down there or whatnot. But overall, I agree with you guys. Overall, malls are dying and fading out, and almost everybody's doing things online. But people still like to socialize. So uh, that's a big draw to a lot of that. That's one of the reasons why we want to try to do our own gaming con type thing at some point, because it would just be fun to do. Like that's it. That's the goal. Fun to do, and take it from there. We'll see what we can do with that. We're still trying to weasel that out. Um, we just couldn't do that and do March to Victory. So March to Victory is just off the plate completely at this point, unless I win the lottery or something. But otherwise, that's done. So the other is actually still feasible. So we'll see what happens with that there. Uh-oh. I think Ashley's coming back. You got another phone call, huh? Yep. Well,
Children.
it is 6 o'clock, so we will go ahead and wind this up, you guys. And for all of you that are out there that have supported us, we appreciate it. For all of you guys listening on the podcast that you'll hear this on, you're welcome to join our group of chit chat too. It's Sundays at 4 p.m. Central, unless there's an emergency, basically. Otherwise, we're going to do our best to be here all the time, as much as humanly possible. We're going to try to get you out some more aces and armor this week, you guys. Nagawa, thank you for mentioning that and bringing some attention to that. It's a pretty decent sized Kickstarter release, but it's not really well known, if you know what I mean. And it is a unique game that adds a little bit more fun. Telemachus, thank you for showing up. Johnny, Nagawa, Keegan, everybody that's been here, Mythos. I know Brian left. All of you that have joined, I see other people more than what's in the chat on my numbers. So all of you that are watching on YouTube, Facebook, we appreciate that. TikTok, thank you guys for joining us. Looks like that went pretty well there with zero glitches and interruptions. So we appreciate it, you guys. We really do. And Reese, it's nice to see you on the show. You can come on whenever you want. And Nagawa says, Reese, he's got some new Osprey book releases you might be interested in. So, very cool. But we will see you guys later. Again, thank you. And Walkabout, update us, sir. Update us. We'll see you later, too. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Oh, wait. Wrong button. Bye.
There you go. Now we got